Hi, welcome to Crime Time. Today we're going to be talking about the Amanda Knox case and go inside the investigation with former FBI agent Steve Moore, and also Jim Clemente is here. We're going to break it all down. Stay with us. Knox and her former boyfriend, Rafael Solicito.
Solicito is good.
Thank you. We're going to call him Rafael from now
Raf.
on. FBI agent who then moved on to work at Pepperdine in security and to oversee their campuses abroad as well.
You got a chance to look into the investigation in a lot more detail. What did you find?
And that was just before Amanda's guilty verdict in 2009. And by the way, she was in prison for just a month short of 4 years.
Okay.
So by the end of her first trial, she had been in prison over 2. And in late November of 2009, my wife wakes me up at 1 in the morning after seeing a documentary on the case and says, I think there's problems with this. And me being, ex-FBI, my dad was an FBI agent, I thought, when did you stop listening to the prosecutor? I thought, who are you? I don't know you. And so she said, prove me wrong. And so I said, this is going to be easy. The police said that she cleaned the place with bleach. They've got a bleach receipt, they said. They've got the knife with her fingerprints on the handle and the victim's DNA on the blade. And they've got a confession. I said, bam, 5 strikes, you're way out. And she said, prove it. So I went in and I started using contacts and friends. I had worked overseas a lot with the FBI. And I started looking at the evidence. And the first thing I looked at was the knife, because that's kind of open and shut. Her fingerprints on the handle, victim's DNA on the blade. And then I found that the prosecutor's own forensic expert said that every single knife wound that was fatal on the victim with the exception of one, could not have been
made by this knife.
Made by the knife. It couldn't have happened. It was excluded. And then the wound that they said they couldn't exclude it for was a slashing wound, which could be any knife in the world.
Right, and that just means that a sharp-edged instrument drawn across the throat, you can't definitely rule in or rule out anything, any sharp object. It could be a razor blade, it could be a piece of glass, it could be a sharp knife.
So there is
they basically said is every single wound except for the slash was caused by a different knife, and the slash we just can't absolutely tell you that it wasn't.
Let me just take a because she is facing extradition because she has again been found guilty, Amanda.
But I just want to make sure that the viewers know that he started with the knife and went through every one of those other pieces of evidence
Yes.
and also found them to be absolutely ruled
Each
out.
one of the